What's going on YouTube? I am Josh, also known as the Adventure Dude. Welcome back to my ultra modded Minecraft Let's Play. In the last episode we did quite a bit with the Tinker's Construct mod, and we did create our first sword, which we named Truth, and we created our first pickaxe, which I just named First Pick. Since then I have done quite a bit more with our base, a lot of which I thought should have been done offline, so I kind of just went about that on my own. I did craft another Tinker's item, which is this hammer. I named it Clobber. Basically, it's just so I can mine in huge chunks. If you're not familiar, it lets you mine in a 3x3 square. So it makes, cutting out our base down here a lot more convenient. So I'll go ahead and show you. I did pretty much finish our farm down here. Majority I have growing is wheat on both sides because we're going to need a lot of wheat to make hay bales, which we need for the chicken mod. But yeah, so this is all wheat. Kind of just been using the crouch method to get it to grow faster. Over here I do have some of these nesting pins from the hatchery mod, along with these nether quartz chickens that we got when we were in the nether. And they are producing nether quartz for us, as well as feathers and manure, and then the chicken quartz eggs, which once we get these, we can put these in the egg nest here and let them turn into a chicken, hopefully. I believe that, yeah, so it's at 0% hatching. So eventually we'll get more chickens, we'll get better chickens. We do need as many quartz as we can get right now so that we can make our sword sharper. We do have 2 modifiers left on this sword, so that's going to be necessary. And then we'll put more chickens over on this side once we get them. And then in here we do have our cows. I have been breeding them already, as well as the pigs. It does look like we can go ahead and breed them again. Let me go ahead and do that. I might put a chest closer in the future with the required things for breeding, but for now it's over here. So we'll go ahead and do this and this. And that's all we can do because there's only... Oh, interesting. Okay. Let me just do this here. I also have a mod on that allows me to jump over fence posts, so that's very convenient too. It does look like one of the chickens did hatch. I didn't realize that was over there. But I should be able to put him in here. Actually, I have to use this animal net to put them in there. There we go. Alright, and he's got to grow up first, so he won't be able to, I don't think, lay anything yet. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. So that's where we are with that. We'll go ahead and breed these pigs. We can only do 1 right now. Get that experience. Alright. And we might eventually add more pins for different types of animals. I know if I dig this way too much further, I am going to be out from underneath the ground, so we kind of probably would have to cover up whatever starts coming out there. So in today's episode, first of all, I did want to use these quartz on our sword. I wanted to do that while you guys were watching, so you can kind of see what's going on here. We'll put these quartz here and here. So that does put our attack from, we're at 1278 over here, and putting this on here, it looks like we're going to go up to into the 15. Now how many? We still have 1 modifier left, which is awesome. So this sword should be doing a lot more damage at this point. Eventually we'll put something else over here as far as, what we want in our forge. I'm not sure what yet. And then in here, we'll probably just end up putting more chests that can store blocks on this side because we're going to end up running out of room over here. The other thing I wanted to do, I don't know if we can use our Christmas tree pet yet. I forgot what the dates it said that we had to wait for would be. So we'll go ahead and go over here and see if we can try this out. And it is snowing again, which I love. Okay. Okay, so it's between December 14th and the 25th. So the 14th, while I'm recording this, is tomorrow. So we should be able to get some sort of a gift tomorrow. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll wait and see. Right. So I just wanted to give you an update on what I've done so far. I'll pick up the rest of this episode once I find out what I think we want to do next as far as what I want to record. I do think I need to find that Enderman because it's driving me insane that I have to keep morphing to go up and down the tower. We do want that elevator. I mean, I could do a spiral staircase going up, or a ladder, but that's just boring. I don't want to climb up and down. I just want to warp between the different levels. So it is nighttime right now. I could go ahead and go out there and see if I see any Endermen. I'll just give it a quick glance here, but if I don't see anything, I might just have to pick up once I find one. I swear there's just no Enderman lately. Okay, actually, our Ender Lily does have an Ender Pearl in it now, so we'll go ahead and harvest this. There we go. Our first Ender Pearl. Okay, so that will allow us to make one of the elevators. Let me just check here. I might have to just search for it because there's a million recipes with the Ender Pearl. Yeah, so that's only going to allow us to make one, and we're going to need at least two to go between the two different elevators, but that's nice. So it took, I don't even know, that was probably like a week in game for that to grow. Not super convenient, but that's why we're going to just check really quick to see. Got a spider over here. Okay, so we just one-shot that spider. That's perfect. We got some string and some cobwebs. I'm just going to look at our map here and look for these enemies. Look like there's something over here. What do we got? What do we got? It could be underground too, I'm not sure. I hear a skeleton. Yeah, I'm not sure. Looks like it was 2 shots for the skeleton, and we got a legendary loot bag. Let's just take a look. Oh, so this reliquary mod I did mention before is very helpful. That's a spider spawn drop. Don't really care about that stuff. Harms undead enemies. And we got poison throwing knife. That sounds like fun. We'll take some of this stuff just to mess around with it, and then we can just toss this bag. But we're just gonna take a little fly around real quick while it's still nighttime. Any chance that there's an Enderman would be lovely. Another skeleton. Yeah, so it does seem like it is a 2-shot for skeleton still. Got a solstice gift. Oops. It just gave me a piece of coal and then this tool bag. And that gave me a wooden shovel and a clock. Which honestly I don't care about either of those. I think this forest is a little too dense to be able to see anything spawning. And it is raining out. I mean, snowing in our environment, but raining elsewhere. Which might hinder the Endermen spawning since they don't like to get wet. So I'm just checking here. I mean, we can still go underground. It doesn't have to be nighttime for us to find an Enderman, of course. One thing I did think of I did want to mention. So there's this, I did mention it last episode, the Draconic Evolution mod. There's that draconic dust that you can get in the nether. What we can do with this, and we're definitely going to do it once we're able to, you use the draconic dust and then surround it with, it's going to be an Eye of Ender, so we would have to use an Ender Pearl for this as well as some blaze powder. This gives you a dislocator, which lets you instantly teleport to wherever you set its location to, which is very helpful if you just want to warp back to our home base. That's helpful if you're stuck in a cave, or even if you're deep into like the Twilight Forest, which we will be later, just to get us out of trouble, or if we have to leave. We'll get some more coal here. I think we are actually running a little bit low on coal. And I did realize the last episode I filmed was like 45 minutes, and that's my bad. I didn't intend for it to be that long. Oh, look at this. Yeah, so I'm trying to keep these episodes between 20 at the most, 25 minutes. Got some poison bomb. Some of this stuff I'm just like, I don't really... What's duct tape good for? I don't see a use for that yet. Okay. Check out this one. A fire bomb. These bombs are kind of fun to use. I don't really care about the We're not into the Electrobob wizardry yet. There's a lot to this mod, I believe. I'm not super positive. What do we have here? Just monster spawner. We'll go ahead and break it. And you do get these spawner shards. I'm not entirely sure what those are good for yet either. We did just one-shot the creeper, so that's cool. I'm not sure where we are though here. So it does look like it's probably going to take me a little while before I find an Enderman. So I think I will go ahead and jump back in with you guys once I do find one. And we'll go from there just so I don't waste too much time in the video. Okay, so after a long bout of searching, it doesn't look like any Endermen want to spawn. So I decided to check to see if there is any mods installed that allow us to get Ender Pearls another way that would be easier. And come to find out, an item that we found quite a few episodes ago, which is this nebulous heart. They are normally dropped by Endermen. This will actually... One nebulous heart gives us 3 Ender Pearls. So that's all we need to start with. I'll just go ahead and take those. We'll save this other nebulous heart for another time. Now, for the elevator, we are going to need 8 wool around, or per elevator block. I have 10 here. We can make some wool with string, which would be over here. Only have 2 string there. It's cobweb. I don't know if you can turn that cobweb into string. Doesn't look like it. So we'll just go out and shear some sheep really quick. Shouldn't take too long, and then we can finally make our elevator. Actually, let's go ahead and make one. I'll put it down here. It's gonna be right in the center. That. Right. Those are just gonna be the white elevator blocks. I mean, we could dye the wool and make them black, which honestly, that would be kind of cool. We're gonna need, let me see, black dye or ink sac. I think I do have an ink sac, but we're gonna need a couple of them at least. I thought I picked up an ink sac, did I not? I guess I didn't. Well, it would be cool if they were black. That might be something we can do another time. I don't really care. Let's just go ahead and make this. I'm tired of turning into a bat every time I want to travel around the tower. So we would put the first one here. Obviously, it's not going to do anything right now. We got to get the other elevator right up top here. And then eventually one for the very top floor. So we need at least 14 if we want to make 2 more elevator blocks. Let's see if we can find any sheep. I think there were some sheep down this way. I wouldn't mind adding sheep to our farm too, just because I think there's a lot of recipes that require wool. And I think you can easily turn the wool into string, which is also useful. There's some astral sorcery thing. Okay, let's see. We got another little house. Got a horse over here. Honestly, not a huge need for a horse when we can fly. Okay. I don't know who these people are. What do we got here? Survivor. Mow zombies wave. I know that mod does add extra zombies, but I haven't seen like waves of zombies or anything. I do think it would be kind of cool if we had to defend our base from something such as like a horde of zombies or monsters in general. I don't know where the sheep are. I had seen a huge pack of them somewhere. Oh yeah, I remember there's a bunch over at the village over here. Hopefully the villagers don't mind if I just shear all of their sheep for them. Here we go. Alright. We need at least 16 in total. We only have... we have a light gray one here though. I wonder if we can do that. You guys have a crafting table here? I did not bring one. Let me in. No crafting table here. Let's see here. What we got here? A lamp. How do you guys survive without a crafting table? It just doesn't make sense. I can just chop down a tree really quick. But as long as it'll let me use that gray wool, that should be fine. Maybe I'll find another sheep on the way too. Go. Oh, here's another one. 13. We do actually need more. I don't know what I was thinking. So black sheep here. I mean, if we want that in the future, I'm placing torches everywhere. Stop. Okay. One looks like no, that was a white one. Okay. Alright, that's plenty. Okay, we'll go ahead and head back now. Fly all the way over here. Now, I do think our sword, based off of what we just did, upgrading it, it seems like I'm one-shotting just about everything. I do think we should go ahead and just for fun create the portal to the Twilight Forest, and probably do that in the next episode, and jump into that. That's going to be fun. That will finally be something that's a challenge for us. Even though we can fly, I might just walk around in the Twilight Forest because it's so fun. Don't want to fly through it. Let's do this here. Boom. Boom. Alright, we should be able to just go ahead and morph out. There we go. Okay. Doesn't seem to want to work there. Should just be able to crouch on it. Okay, hold on, let me go ahead and morph back here. If it's not perfectly aligned, but it is. Let me see here. Rotating elevator, I don't know what that one's for. This is from the Open Blocks mod. I do have a book on how the Open Blocks mod works, but I've used this a million times, so it should be fine. We'll go ahead and put one up here too. We have that little creature of ours up here. I haven't checked on him. It looks like he's doing alright. I still don't know what this thing's for. Oh, there we go. It worked there. Oh, maybe this is too far away. I wonder if this is too far down there for us to reach it. That's interesting. Okay. Alright, so after some tinkering, I was able to figure out what was going on with the elevator here. So it was too far away from the roof to be able to teleport. So what I did is I actually just brought the elevator a little bit closer down and made it so that there's actually a room in between the basement down here and the top floor. So I'll show you. We're going to warp up one. So this is just an empty room right now. And then going up another one gives us to the main floor of the tower. So that works for me. And then we can use this room for something. I'm not entirely sure what we'll do with it yet. Maybe we could put another portal in here if we want to. I don't know if I want that or not. But yeah, I'll think about that in the meantime. We only had the 3 elevators though, so I still don't have one for the very top. We just need a little bit more wool to do so. So we are going to go ahead and find a few more sheep here. And while we're out, we're going to collect some flowers. Now, the flowers are needed for the Twilight Forest mod. So we're going to want to create the portal. They have to be vanilla Minecraft flowers, though they can't be from these mods. So we'll see if we can find some flowers down here. I'm thinking before we actually go into the Twilight Forest, we need to get some better armor. Because right now I'm literally just wearing armor I found from drops, and they're not like the most amazing. I have some diamond boots and stuff, but might want to look into something better as well. So we've got some dandelion here. I guess you could do it all one flower, but let's make it look a little bit prettier. We'll get some variety of flowers in here. Got some poppy. Oh, I don't want that grass. Poppy, some daisy. I think we need at least 12. I'm trying to remember. We can definitely do some duplicates, that's fine. There probably isn't enough around here for us to get a new flower for everything. And then we're going to look for some... What's this? This poppy different than the other poppy? I don't think so. There we go, sorry. No, it looks the same. It just has a different look, I guess, when it's planted. Yeah, we're not in like a floral environment, really. Yeah, that's a biomes of plenty, or biomes you go. Biomes you go. Yeah, let's see what we've got so far. 3, and we just got 6, 7. What's this here? Future Minecraft. I don't think that's gonna work. Right, we've got a deer right here. Mystic World. Okay, so here's a sheep, but he's already been taken. His fur, at least. Wool. We got a lilac here. That should work. Can I get that? There we go. Get a couple of those. Here's a sheep. Okay. That one's been taken. That one's taken. Don't know what's attacking me. Okay. We'll at least create the portal for the Twilight Forest. I don't know if we'll go in yet. Got just some cows over here. Yeah, I do think it would be good to have some sheep down below, because we're going to need a lot of wool in the future. What do we got here? A bee? Yeah, future Minecraft. See, that's not technically in this version yet. Right. I don't think the villager sheep have grown their fur back, or their wool back yet. Oh, but they have. Alright, we've got 6 white and 4 gray. I don't know if it'll let us mix those, but we can try. And I still don't have a crafting table with me. Do we have enough flowers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we should have enough flowers now. And then we need some water. At least 2 buckets full. We'll just grab some over here. And then I think we need a diamond, if I remember correctly. Now, I don't know where I want to put the portal for this, because it does kind of need to be outside. We'll take your wool here. Yeah. I mean, we have our other nether portal, or our other portal for the nether over here. So I guess we could do the Twilight Forest one here as well. I'll have to go get a diamond though real quick. Let me go ahead and I'll get this prepped though. Yeah, looks like we're pretty strong, which is awesome. Alright, hopefully I'm remembering this from memory correctly here. I'm just trying to make it look a little bit pretty. There. I don't know if you have to circle the entire thing with flowers. Got another one here, daisy. That's probably plenty. This corner doesn't have one, that corner doesn't, but I think it'll take that. And then we just have to drop a diamond in there, and that should let us into the Twilight Forest. White elevator. Okay, and I'll morph back to bat again. And now, morph back. I don't think I'm going to want this creature up by my bed. I still don't really know what you can do with him. But okay, so we'll go ahead and go down. We're at the first floor. We're at that second room I just created, and then we're at the bottom. So we can just jump all over the place. Finally. Took us, I don't know what episode we're on, episode 6 now. We got there though. I think just 1 diamond will do it. Okay. If you guys have any ideas what we should use this room for, you can let me know. We can do something fun with it. I'm not sure. I know you get a lot of trophies in the Twilight Forest, so maybe we can make that like a trophy room. just for fun. We are still going to warp. I don't know. I guess I could put the portal over here. The thing is, it could freeze. I guess once you turn it into a portal, it's not water anymore, so it doesn't matter if it freezes. You know what? Maybe we'll do that. We'll go ahead and just do it over here to start with. You could have multiple portals anyways. Here's our moment of truth. Perfect. Okay, there is our portal to the Twilight Forest. Might as well end this episode by jumping in. We'll give it a shot. See what's going on up in here. I actually liked at one point building a house in the Twilight Forest because it is so pretty. The forest part, at least. Alright. New chapters unlocked. And I'm going to go ahead and start by making a waypoint so we don't forget where our portal is. Here we go. Perfect. Alright. Like I said, I don't know if we're quite prepared to be in here as far as with our armor and our protections, but we'll go ahead and end the episode here. If you guys enjoyed the episode, be sure to leave a like, and if you have any suggestions for what we should use that room for, or any other suggestions, I will gladly take them. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.